Planet Zoo console is officially happening, and the excitement level is off the charts, guys. But I do think that we need to keep our expectations at a realistic level, and here's why. Let's talk. All right, so right off the bat, one thing that I'm hearing a lot of is people saying that since this game is a lot of foliage and rock work and terrain and things like that for the animal enclosures, that we will have more space. And this is almost being said as if it's a fact. And I don't want that expectation to run wild amongst the community because I think we should be realistic in understanding that these animal interactions, their habitats, the habits that they have in game, and the ways that they interact with things in game are probably going to take up a lot of space just like the coasters did. I imagine pathing will be relatively the same. So it's not that I don't hope that we will have more percentage, because of course I do, but I want to remain realistic, and I don't want to see people upset when they realize that maybe they can only build a zoo to a similar scale of what you could build a park on console originally in Planet Coaster. So guys, just keep those expectations in check. Don't let them run too wild and find yourself upset later. Secondly, everyone, 2023 was, well, let's just say a tough year for Frontier. As much as I hate to say it, we do have to realize that they started having spending cuts, they laid off some employees, and they even put a freeze on hiring new employees. So going into Planet Zoo console, it does make me a bit hesitant with how I feel about that, because I saw the way that they kind of handled Planet Coaster, which ultimately it ended up in a good place. For the most part, it works when it's supposed to, and the issues are mild, if not minimal. So while I don't want to crap all over Frontier for that, I do feel like, and a lot of people do feel like that I've talked to, that after they got all their DLC out, they just kind of abandoned the game ultimately. And I would hate to see that happen again with something like Planet Zoo, because I want to see this become as beloved as Planet Coaster and carry on for a long time, just as Planet Coaster has on console and PC. But with those things in mind, it does concern me to some degree that we will see a little bit of lapse in support overall. It might take a little bit longer to get some updates out. This is all theoretical, guys, so don't take anything that I'm saying here as like law or anything like that. But it is something to keep in mind. They were hit hard by a lot of sales that underperformed with certain games, like F1 Manager did not perform the way that they wanted to, amongst other things. So let's just keep that in mind, guys, and do the best that we can to support them, and hopefully they can get back to where they need to be for the fiscal year of 2020. Alright, let's talk about one of everybody's favorites, guys. The pathing in Planet Coaster. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing in Planet Zoo, and I don't think that it's seen any kind of substantial update to my knowledge. Please, again, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong and find out that they did something to improve the pathing. But before we get overzealous about that changing, everybody, that's just something I want to point out, that it probably will be the same pathing system. So just do what you do, hope for the best, and hopefully it works out in our favor, guys. Now on to a point that I don't necessarily want to touch on, but I feel that I have to. Moving forward into Planet Zoo on console, which we all assumed would happen one day, is probably the most exciting thing that most of us have heard in a long time as far as games that we play. However, we do have to realize that moving forward into this, some of the greatest builders that we see currently on Planet Coaster may not quit playing Planet Coaster altogether, but the ones that move on to Planet Zoo will be putting out less content on Planet Coaster because of this. So, while I don't think that Planet Coaster is going to die by any means, as the game is far too popular and far too beloved by so many people, there will be a period where we see less parks, less coasters, less of a little bit of everything, I would say. And it's a little bit disheartening, but I do understand as well that that's just the natural progression of things. That's just the order that things have to move along in, because this game's going to come out, and then Planet Coaster 2 probably will come out down the line, and Planet Zoo console will see a dip in content. That's just the way that it goes. It's perfectly fine, perfectly understandable. But we do have to face the reality that a lot of our people that are Planet Coaster only, they're going to have a little bit less. Now that that's out of the way, though, everybody, let's talk about how excited we actually are here, because this is amazing. This is great for the community. This is great for content creators. Everything is about to thrive again with this, and I'm super excited. Keep your expectations in check, like I said, but still, talk about it, be excited. I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun with the fact that this is happening, all right, because I certainly am. And moving forward into the year, once this game comes out, I will immediately be dropping Camp Little Leaf. I plan to have that up within the first week or two. It's going to be a nature preserve and summer camp, so it's not going to be a full zoo. It's going to have some rotating exhibits, and I plan to carry that on throughout the entirety of 2024 with different themes and exhibits as we go out through the year. So that will be kind of my Let's Play series as we move forward into 2024 here, guys. I hope you join me for it. I have a bunch of other ideas, but that's going to be the main Planet Zoo content coming from me, other than the spotlights, which I hope you guys start putting those up in the request section as soon as you get your parks or whatever builds done. So everybody, let's have an awesome time with this. The community is about to be in such an amazing place, and I'm so excited to take this journey with all of you. Thank you guys for being here so much. Thank you for 200 subscribers since we just recently hit that, and let's keep it going.